Hey, sports fans, this is Robert with WTP Sports Dudes, here with my man Mossberg of Level Up Sports 10. How you feeling today, bro?
Pretty good, man. Just weekend chronicles, Halloween, just a good weekend. And stayed up a little late, but glad to have you back for another weekend, and glad for you to have me as well. And the environment is different. I'm at my job where I get a little bit of the bacon at this weekend. One of the little places get it at and have my coffee at Timmy Horse. So just here having a good time with them this morning, watching how they work, making sure everything go well as well.
That's cool, bro. That's cool. It's always to have a nice change of scenery.
Always.
There's going to be some nice change of scenery today in college football because teams are going on the road playing in some hostile environments.
Yes.
Teams got teams coming from outside, coming into their hostile environment.
Oh,
It's
oh
going to
yeah.
be off the chain today. Some huge games with a lot of playoff implications this weekend, really for every weekend going forward. The
Yeah.
motto is just win.
Just win. That's
Just
what you got
win.
to do.
Today, we're going to be talking about what the 12-team playoff would look like. We do this every Saturday morning at 8 a.m. Um, it's our game day, and we like to talk about the possibilities of who's going to play in that 12-team playoff based on the rankings in the AP poll. So we're going to go ahead and get started. At number 12, we got Boise State, who had a very good win last night. Even without Ashton Genty really being 100% healthy, he banged up his arm on the first carry that he got in the game, and he
Yeah.
wasn't the same since. But San Diego State, they already knew, listen, we're going to have to let this quarterback beat us because we're not letting Ashton Genty run all over us. Much
Yeah.
like UNLV did last week. But Boise State's quarterback, man, he's making plays. He's making teams pay for. Okay, you want to stop Ashton? Cool, I got you.
Yeah.
And he's lighting teams up, and he
That's
did
Mad
that
Max.
again last week.
Max me, man. Yeah. I
Yeah,
think Mad Max, man. That's what I call him. After watching him last night, and just the uniforms was on point. I got to give him respect on the unis. The unis was cold. That blue field just made it look even better. And think he's just when we talk about quarterbacks, we don't really try to leave anybody out necessarily, just how the discussion goes. And I've actually been watching him these last few weeks, as we spoke more about Boise State creeping up into these playoffs. And he's a great quarterback. And I believe he has a few years left. I'm not sure. I really didn't check in on that. But the level of play that he's playing with, the poise, and just having that extra weapon. And what I mean by weapon is they always prepare for Genty. You don't prepare for Mad Max as I'm referring to him. And he just come out, he throws that ball, and he's very accurate. And he commands the line, and he switches things up when need be. And you can't ask for much of a better quarterback, especially in these circumstances late in the season. With Genty being down, he definitely stepped up and performed well last night.
yeah. And that number three, I don't know what his name is. He stepped up too at the wide receiver position. Man, he was ball. He was
Yeah,
ball. He was his go-to guy the whole game.
whole game. You can
At
have him.
number 11, it's a little bit tricky because the AP poll has Clemson and Iowa State both ranked number 11. They share that spot,
Hmm,
which makes us
interesting.
wonder who's going to get in out of those two because we already know Boise State already gets in because they're the best team in the group of five.
Yeah.
Clemson and Iowa State right now are both ranked at number 11, which means
Yeah.
they will come into our poll at number 11.
Right.
Iowa State is undefeated. Clemson has one loss, the first game of the season to Georgia.
Yeah.
How would they even determine which one of these teams get in if they're having this discussion about this? I would probably believe that they will go with the undefeated team. since Clemson has one loss. But you never know because there's some other one-loss teams ahead of Iowa State. So you
And then,
never know what they might do. But for the
yeah,
sake of this show, we're going to keep them both together and see if either one of them would advance against who they would play against in this 12-team playoff.
agree. I like that.
At number 10, I don't know if Texas A&M was last week. I think this is their first week
Oh,
making it in. We
first
got
weekend.
Texas A&M at number 10. They got a big contest today.
Yeah,
At
definitely got
number
to.
9, we got Notre Dame. I don't know if Notre Dame was in last week either.
No, first weekend for Notre Dame. First weekend. Yeah,
Okay, some change up.
man.
At number 8, we got Tennessee. At number 7, we have Texas. At
Mm,
number 6, we have the Ohio State Buckeyes. At number 5, we got Penn State. At number 4, we got BYU. This might be BYU's first time in there too because
first time in there.
yeah,
Yeah,
because they finally jumped Iowa State. Because Iowa
yeah.
State was normally in that number 4
Number
spot.
4. Yeah.
At number 3, we got Miami. At number 2, we got
Georgia.
Georgia. And at number 1, we have Oregon. We know for sure this is going to change up next week because
Oh
we
yeah.
have that big game today between the Buckeyes and Penn State. And we also have a game that Oregon has to play, go to the big house and play the Michigan Wolverines. So that's an
Yeah.
interesting game as well.
Yeah. Man, I don't
Our
understand
first,
why they keep dropping your Texas team. Like they
yeah,
was what 5, then 6, then 7, and we talk about the win to stay in. That's why, like we said, that 11 with the Clemson and Iowa State is going to be crazy next week. Man,
yeah. That poor showing against Georgia is still looming on top of Texas's head. So they
yeah,
figured, hey, man, listen, the way Georgia wouldn't have beat up on them, and Georgia is at number 2 now. I mean, if they meet again, Georgia will probably do the same thing to them. They're
mm,
probably feeling that same way. Um, I think they feel that way about Texas. Uh, maybe not being as good. Plus, they went to the wire against Vanderbilt, which they should have beat Vanderbilt like 40 something to 10. But
yeah.
that's here in order there.
It's just a season.
Our first game, yeah. Number 12, Boise State at Penn State. The winner plays number 4, BYU. What's your thoughts on this matchup between Boise State and Penn State?
With this matchup, I think the one thing I've been watching Genty, and when he went down last night, I noticed there was that same arm in the previous week. So that's a voice of concern for me when it comes to Boise State getting into this 12-team playoff. And my question would be, will they do them like they did Florida State when it comes to an injury? If he goes out and misses a game, will they knock Boise State? And we've seen how it's happened last year, and this was before the playoff. And, me personally, this Penn State team is tough. I think it's a different team, and we talk about Franklin and the big win. Some of those games, they considered big games, but I don't think they were as big because of him not having a team. But I think he have more of a well-rounded Penn State type of team when you talk about linebackers, tight ends, a quarterback that manages, and wide receivers we quite frankly don't know about, but they're big playmakers. That's the type of team I feel that he has. And in this one, they actually run the ball well against Boise State and attack them differently, physical, and Penn State definitely comes out on top. And I think they'll come out on top in a big way, maybe 10 or more points in this one for some reason.
I definitely agree with you because Penn State's defense is not going to let Ashton Genty or Mad Max do a
Yeah,
whole lot. They're going to bottle them up, man, and then the physicality of Penn State's offensive line running the football, they're gonna probably smash Boise State, man. They're just gonna be way too physical for them, way too big, way too talented, and they're not gonna be like Oregon at the beginning of the season. You're not gonna be
correct.
able to run the ball against Penn State like you were
Yeah,
able to do against Oregon. Plus, you got Oregon early in the season. If they were to play Oregon now, Boise State that is, it would be a totally different look.
they might take
Um,
the top off Boise.
yeah, right. Yeah, they're taking straight up top on them for sure. So the winner of this game, we got Penn State playing BYU in the next round. Next up, we got number 11 Clemson or Iowa State at Ohio State. The winner plays number 3 Miami. Do you think Clemson could beat Ohio State? Do you think Iowa State could beat Ohio State? What's your thoughts on that one?
I think I think Clemson would be more of the team that could beat them. And I know this was a question we asked about Oregon last week, earlier this week, and I just think Clemson will have a better chance because of their defense. I've been watching their defense this last, I would say, month since they lost that game to Georgia. They've literally made a complete 360 turnaround. Their special teams is playing. I haven't even thought about Dabo in the transfer portal, but because it seems like he's in the portal with what he has, and that's just kudos to them. So just not even being ACC biased, I like Iowa State and the physicality and what they bring into the table. But again, that experience, it's like you think of the 25 games with a quarterback. Clemson has been there with, let's say, the 5 games experience when it comes to the playoff or in this position. So I would take Clemson in this one, even though it would be a battle because of the physical side. But I would take Clemson over Iowa State. Field goal, maybe a touchdown.
I definitely don't believe Iowa State could beat Ohio State for sure. So we can go
Yeah,
ahead and throw Iowa State on out of there. Clemson, on the other hand, man, Ohio State's offensive line woes, man, really got me like, man, even though Texas has some offensive line woes, Texas offensive line woes isn't the same as Ohio State's offensive line woes.
yeah, totally different.
Ohio State got to get that thing fixed, man. Otherwise, a team like Clemson and a coach like Dabo Sweeney will take full advantage of that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
man, that one will be really,
that would
really
be a tough.
tough,
That would be
man.
a thriller, man. Like
It, will, it
right
would
now,
be.
at this
It
like
would
at
be.
this point, it's like that's like a toss up because Cade Klubnik, he's even playing like a Heisman right now, in a lot of people's opinion, even though it's not picture perfect or with the highlight reels and things like that. But I'm gonna take Ohio State in this one. I'm gonna take them on the strength because of that offense, but them woes is really scary, man. Like I want to say Clemson because of that, like you said with Dabo and the blitzes and things like that he would scheme up for Ohio State. And Dabo in big games, he'll come for the blood. And if you see it, he's sniffing, he coming for
Yeah.
it. Man, that's tough.
And Ohio State's defense hasn't really been as dominant as we have
Yeah,
expected it to be. Now,
yeah,
last week, they were able to dial up some blitzes finally and got away
right.
from just thinking their front four was going to be able to get the pressure, which I really liked. And I think they would do that to Cade Klubnik as well. It really almost comes down to which quarterback is going to play the best in this game.
Right.
I'm going to give the advantage to Ohio State as well because they'll be at home. They'll
Yeah.
have that crowd jumping. And I really do believe that they could pull out this victory. We got our
Right.
man Zaya coming in. We definitely want Zaya to weigh in on
So
this one. How you doing today, Zaya?
I'm good. What's up, fellas?
doing all right, man. How's it going?
Oh, we good. We good, bro.
My bad,
Man,
man.
we
Hey,
really need
I
you to
text
make
you.
this.
I hit you about 45 minutes ago. I got caught up making baby breakfast, man. Baby started tripping.
Okay. That's cool. That's cool.
Good, man.
We really need you to weigh in on this one, man, because we at right now in the polls, number 11 is Clemson and Iowa State. So we put them both in here to see if any one of them could beat Ohio State at home in the first round of the 12-team playoffs. Both of us picked Ohio State, definitely beating Iowa State easily, and then having a tough game against Clemson, with Ohio State pulling it out. What's your thoughts on Ohio State against Iowa State, and what's your thoughts on Ohio State against Clemson?
We'll get busy. Yeah, I agree with y'all. We'll get busy with Iowa State. Clemson is a pretender, though, man. Y'all got too much faith in them. Hey, Dabo, I don't know. They might get rid of him in the next couple of years, bro.
Nobody complained about you making stories.
Hey, in the next couple of years, he might have to go because I don't know. For some reason, it just ain't clicking no more over there. Sometimes you just need a fresh start.
So we all got Ohio State advancing.
Yep.
Next up, we got number 10, Texas A&M, at number 7, Texas. The winner plays number 2, Georgia. This will be wild because these two teams play at the end of the season, the last game, and then they'll get a rematch where Texas A&M has to come to Texas this time. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's I think for anybody when they got to come to Texas is different this year. The one thing I noticed with the team and the crowd this year at Texas is it's like the shoe. No disrespect over there to you, Isaiah, but they packed in Texas this year. I noticed that more than the usual. So when you have that crowd in Texas, everything is big in Texas. That's a big win for Texas. So I'm taking Texas. Texas A&M haven't been there in years. So once again, you think about where you at and have you been in these positions in the past few years. So I'm gonna take Texas over Texas A&M with this one anytime because of that situation. And I just like that Texas team. Even with the loss to Georgia, I still like Texas. The second half, they definitely showed the team that they are.
Man, Moss, you ain't got to be nice to me, Moss. Hey, you picked my team to lose today. Hey,
no, I'm saying as in because you know the shoe is stacked. You know, ain't no crowd like the shoes crowd when it comes to stacking that shoe over 100,000. So they looking like the shoe, but no disrespect to the shoe. That's all,
hey,
Zay.
man, listen,
but I like
really
that.
though.
Like
the shoe is overrated right now, man. We need to get rid of the old fans. Hey, listen though, man, Texas is a top 3 team in the sport right now, man. I know they lost, but I still love the team. They just got to get healthy, bro. Once they get healthy, man, this Texas team is different, bro. They got every facet of the game, bro. I like
agree.
Texas A&M, but like I said on Thursday night, Mike Elko, you disappointing me, bro. Hey, put that quarterback on the field, bro. If they gonna run with that quarterback that they got, it ain't it.
it's a different environment in this playoff with that young quarterback, man. I'm telling you, it's a different environment in Texas in the playoffs, bro. I'm telling
you. There is no way that Texas is going to allow little brother to come into DKR and get no win, man. It's just not happening. I hope they put it as a night game. I hope they put it as a night game so that they can see all the bells and whistles, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all ever paid attention to the Texas night games, man, but man, they got all the bells and whistles, bro.
Yeah, the bells be going. Them golden bells is out there popping.
It be lit, and if we only got to give Texas A&M 1,000 tickets, listen, that's all they get. They might only get 999.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They ain't coming in Texas doing nothing.
Definitely.
But like you said, once Texas gets 100% healthy, we get Makuba back, and we get Isaiah Bond back. and we can get all those running backs back to 100%, man, because I don't think none of them is 100%.
Yeah.
They are tough to beat, man. And I think if they face Georgia again, they're gonna give Georgia hell.
Yeah.
And I'm being a homer, but that's how I really feel though, just from what I've seen from all the teams. So we got Texas advancing to play Georgia. Next up, we got number 9 Notre Dame making their first appearance in the 12-team playoff at number 8 Tennessee. The winner plays number 1 Oregon. What's your thoughts on that one?
Hey, this will be a good game for real. I ain't gonna lie. Man, that's a tough one. Man, I would say like if these teams met for real, man, bro, everything always comes down to like, because I like Tennessee for real. It's just, is you gonna get the freshman quarterback or is you gonna get the big time rising star quarterback? Like, you know what I mean? So,
yeah,
man, I would take Notre Dame this game for real though. Until he can prove me otherwise. Quarterback play is too big in football, bro. And I don't know. I think Notre Dame would just run the ball effective enough to actually pull out a dub. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I'll take Notre Dame, but that'll be a good matchup if that ever happened. That'll be a good matchup for sure.
Yeah, I agree. This is, man, I didn't see this matchup coming. I didn't see it. Looking at it, and the crazy thing is Oregon is right next after this game. I might be a little biased on the pick, but I have a couple reasons. With one, exactly what you said, Isaiah, will a quarterback be able to step up and play as a leading freshman with some leadership, or will he show those freshman tendencies? So with Notre Dame, they're physical, and they've grown with their run game as well as their offense on the passing side. And their defense is starting to fly and make plays. So I'm taking Notre Dame, my little bro Sean team, to match up with my little bro Joral's team in those Ducks in the following week. So I'm going to take Notre Dame, who is a team that I think if they get the opportunity, they're not going to let it slip away this year, especially where they at this point in the season.
Man, the thing that scares me about this game, man, is Riley Leonard is not going to throw the football enough. I mean, they got a nice run game. They got a really nice run game. Can Tennessee slow that down and force Riley Leonard to throw the football? And like you said, Isaiah, you don't know if you're going to get the freshman quarterback or if you're going to get the rising star quarterback. I'm going to go with Notre Dame's defense, man, because they are good.
Yeah.
And I'm going to pick Notre Dame to win this game simply because I believe their defense will make the freshman quarterback look like a freshman quarterback and not a rising star quarterback. So I'm going to go with Notre Dame in this game to advance to play number 1 Oregon. Next up, we got number 5 Penn State at number 4 BYU. Well, not at BYU, but the versus BYU. What's your thoughts on this one?
And it's kind of a tested BYU team at this point, even though I think a lot of people's not looking at that Big 12 as a tough conference. It's tougher than what I think some think. If they continue to get the recruiting and things like that within that conference would definitely be one to look at. But Penn State is just a different team right now at this point this year. I think they're definitely a team to watch. That game they have today against Zayas Buckeyes, I think we'll learn every single thing from the rest of the season about Penn State. Being at home at this point, this is a game you must win. Franklin, all eyes on you and your Nittany Lions. We're going to see if we are today. So I'm going to say we are with the win over BYU, which gives them the advance into the next round.
Man, I expect Penn State to be. I'm not a fan of Drew Aller. I think the freshman that they got that pick him up, I think he bring a different dynamic to their offense. By the end of the year, I think they're gonna have to put him in the game. They're gonna be a way scarier team to me by some tough moments over the rest of the regular season, and they ain't gonna have no choice but to switch it up to see what they got with that young boy. But when he came in the game last week when Drew Aller got hurt, he played real good, bro. And it was almost like when you put a guy in like that and he playing comparable to the older guy. Sometimes, in my belief, you gotta go with the younger guy just to get him that experience and to let him just go. And I think eventually, bro, they're gonna have to make a quarterback switch. And by this time, playoff, they're gonna make that switch. And I see Penn State being a way scarier team than what they are today. And I would have to roll with Penn State. BYU definitely a good football team, but just with the tight end and they got a strong defense, I would have to roll with Penn State on this. I think they got too much talent on the field for BYU. I don't think no Big 12 team can do anything with none of the top 3 or 4 schools in the Big 10. So I would have to roll with Penn State in this game.
Yeah, I agree with you as well. I'm kind of hoping that they give that young quarterback a package or two, man, if they're not going to go to him to run the show. I definitely believe they should put a package or two in there for him, just to force teams to have something else to prepare for, and for the fact that he can make some things happen, man. And Drew Aller is a junior.
I don't know.
Y'all know Drew Aller is Drew Aller. Is he a junior?
I think he is an upper. I think he is an upperclassman. If not a senior,
Man,
I think he is a junior.
Yeah, Penn State is in a sticky situation, man, because Penn State fans have got to see Drew Aller for a couple of years now, and they've gotten to see this guy in that game. Was it last week or a couple of weeks ago? Last week.
Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, them fans are going to be like, listen, man, our issue has been Drew Aller not being able to throw the ball down the field. Now we got this guy who's dynamic. One of them dudes might end up hitting the portal, bro. Hey. But I definitely got Penn State winning this game because the Big 12, man, like you said, Mossberg, ain't nobody giving them no respect, man. And I ain't either. not against no upper echelon teams. Like you said, Isaiah, no, man, they can't compete with those teams, man. Those teams just have way too much offensively and defensively, talent-wise, physicality-wise. And BYU is physical, but they ain't got the talent to keep up with those people. So I got Penn State winning as well. What was you going to say, Zaya?
Man, we just in the era of NIL, and free agency is the transfer portal. One of these guys is going to have to leave, bro. I'm telling you, like, we already talked about my Buckeyes. We think two of them guys in the room is going to leave. One of these guys, by the end of the year, one of these guys is going to be like, man, is it my time to go to like, if it's the freshman, he going to be like, hey, is it time for me to go to get on the field? Because I think Drew Aller definitely got at least, I think he got one more year at least. You know what I mean? So, man, I think either him, or if Drew Aller lose his spot, I can see him leaving too, man.
Because like you said, you got to go with the younger guy in this instance, man. You got to go with the younger guy. And next season, I mean, if both of them are there, you already know that the coaches should go right to Drew Aller and say, listen, we're going to go with the younger guy, man, but there's some places out there that's interested in you. Go take a look. Tell your agent to go have a conversation with him, man, so we can see what we can do.
Hey, You know, Drew
For sure.
Allen remind me of a Notre Dame quarterback. He'd be perfect.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. Oh yeah. Definitely. Oh, you hit that
He'd
right
be
on the
perfect
nail
there,
right on the
bro.
head on that one, bro. He would definitely be. Yep, he would definitely be.
I just
All right,
came
let's jump
outside.
into the next one.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Hey,
they was
hey,
they was
Moss,
in there chatting it up.
it look like you at the practice field, man. What's up?
Nah, not there at that practice field, man. It's the off day, man. Streaming
Yes,
and
sir.
football. That's it. At the
Yes, sir.
JOB, man.
Yeah, cool. All right, next up we got number 6 Ohio State versus number 3 Miami. What's your thoughts on this one? We're gonna let you go last, Zay.
Nah, I want to go first. Hey,
Mm.
listen, man.
Okay, go ahead.
If my team, we got some things to figure out for sure. It's gonna let me know what train we on today. Noon. Hey, tune in, y'all. Big noon. I expect my team though. If we figure it out through these last 4 games, by this time, that means we figured it out. I expect my team to be a buzzsaw. It's nothing that's gonna stop us until we hit the national championship. Miami ain't got defense. They ain't gonna find it no time soon. But this will be a high scoring game though. I'm not gonna act like Cam Ward ain't Cam Ward. He's the best nonchalant quarterback I ever seen in my life. He gonna put some points on the board, bro. So I ain't gonna disrespect them and say they ain't gonna give us a fight, but nah, I expect them silver bullets to be out there too, and I expect my offense to be to have fit. And really, I think last week was what's the word? What you call it? I last week was like it wasn't the norm. Like sometimes you just had them weeks where your team don't show up, and I know my offensive line didn't play well, but I expect better out of all my offense. Like we're gonna figure it out. Chip Kelly didn't run the game. We ran a lot of zone runs last week too. We gonna mix and match. Y'all gonna see today. We gonna mix and match. We gonna get people involved on the receiver core, bro. We gonna come. Like when it comes to this player, we gonna come, bro. And I expect my team to be there, bro. By that time, I expect us to be a buzzsaw, bro. We gonna be chopping trees.
Right. I don't know, Zaya, man. It's getting tough in this season, man. And these Buckeyes, man, week by week, man, I don't know. Preseason over. And they actually in the season, man. And they've been
He said
I
preseason.
don't know. Some teams, if they played a couple of games, Michigan State game, if they played a tougher team, the way they turned the ball over back and forth, could have been a different outcome. I think that's what led to that Oregon. And this might not be Miami that y'all playing. But in this one, I know I picked Miami last week, and I'm picking Miami again this week. Cam Ward is the difference. And when I've really thought about it, Ohio State's starting to get put in positions where it got to be Howard or the opposing quarterback in big games. I'm taking Cam Ward in this one, and I'm going to take the Hurricanes in a close one by a field goal like Ohio State got them back in the day. Miami wins.
Hey,
Banger.
not so fast. Not so fast, my friend.
Parlay Poe, how you feeling, bro?
I can't hear you. Hold on, let me see.
He took his glasses off for this one.
Hey, he was watching. He just wanted to talk crap about Ohio State. I promise you.
Can you hear us?
Hey, Moss.
I don't think you can hear us.
Moss.
Yeah, I'm listening. You good.
Bro, just to rebuttal to you real quick, man. You got too much faith in Miami, bro. Hey, you can't just win. Like, they got a quarterback and they got some running backs, too. And I like
I know something might
Respro,
be going on with his mic.
Restrepo, or however you say his name.
Yeah.
But man, you need some defense when it gets to that time, bro. You said the other day, you said defense wins championships. You said it. You
Nah,
said it yourself.
I agree. But in this type of game, I think it'll be more of a offensive battle and opportune defensive times. But Respo, he lines up all over the field, man. Like he's
Man,
a
he
problem.
a problem, bro. He is a problem for sure.
And they find ways to make sure they get him the ball. And then when you think it's going to him, they go opposite. And that's when the offense get the flowing differently.
He for sure a problem, though.
Yeah. While Poe trying to get his mic fixed, I really do. Maybe that's him coming in on another one. Is your mic working now, Poe?
Hey, and you know another thing
put it
too
there.
about Miami?
This one, the mic working on
Is
that
your
line.
mic working now, Poe?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay,
You
cool.
I'm gonna
double-
remove
we
the
can hear
one
you.
where your mic not working at. Talk to us. You should be good.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah, we can hear you. Go ahead. So we're talking about number 6, Ohio State versus number 3, Miami. I'm going to go real quick and then you can come behind me. The thing Ohio State showed me last week, the fact that they're going to get away from that, trying to get pressure with the 4 men and blitzing, I think is going to create some issues for Miami. And Cam Ward, they're going to keep him on the run. Even though he can throw off of any platform, I think that's going to be beneficial for them. And the fact that Miami does not have any defense, man, I don't think they're going to be able to beat Ohio State in this game. Miami really needs to get some defense, man. Maybe by the time they play, Miami might have fixed that defense, but right now I think Ohio State might have too much offensive power for Miami's struggling defense. And the fact that Ohio State now is starting to blitz is helping a lot. It helped a lot against Nebraska last week, even though that game was close. So I'm going to pick Ohio State in this game over Miami. What's your thoughts, Poe?
We'll know what teams we getting for real. Cause
Yeah.
just like you said, if Ohio State just try to get with that front four, it's gonna be crazy because you got to think Miami is a screen team though. They do screens with the running backs and the tight ends, straight up the middle.
Yeah.
So, but I still don't believe. I don't believe in Miami's defense though.
Y'all must have not watched the game last week, bro.
No, what you mean?
We switched up our whole defensive scheme last week, and we played Nebraska, who throw the most screens in the country. Hey,
It don't matter.
bro,
It don't
bro,
matter
I'm saying
if Miami a better team than Nebraska.
But we
Not to mention
what
what
I'm
y'all
saying
doing
is,
that,
though,
Zay.
Yeah,
Nebraska
we
had
wasn't just-
opportunities
we wasn't
to
just-
win that game.
But listen though, it was because our offense though. We got some things to figure out on offense. But we switched up even the creativeness of how we blitz. Like they really got down and sat down at the table. It was like, hey, bro, we was dragging our defensive line. We would drag all 4 players to shed one way, and then we would bring the blitz on the opposite side. We got creative with our blitzes. So
that's
man,
listen.
man. Doubt us if
That's
y'all
cool.
want, bro.
That's cool. That's cool if you tricking a freshman, but you ain't gonna trick Cam Ward with that.
Yeah,
That's
Miami
okay. You tricking a
about.
freshman.
Yeah,
Dude's a
totally different
freshman
offense.
quarterback. You ain't gonna trick no Cam Ward with moving your defense around. Dude been in what 5-6 years?
6 years, yeah, with a red shirt.
You know what I mean? You're not tricking that dude with that stuff. He gonna see that.
Westbrook gonna have a field day with that defense.
If they make it.
Both teams we talking about here.
You know
that
for
got
sure Ohio State making.
Yeah, you better hope Penn State don't get them at high noon today.
Hey, even if we lost today, and that's a big if, Man, we got the brand, bro. We gonna be there. Y'all everybody gonna have to come see us by the time it's all said and done.
Now, if y'all lose, y'all already got
Well,
one
let's go
loss.
to the-
Bro, you talking about Ohio State. You don't think a 2-loss Ohio State making the playoff? Really? I wouldn't even be mad if we lost today because it looked like the 5 seed for me.
Be careful, Zay. Y'all don't play
We
till
done talked
12,
about
man.
the
You
5
talking a
seed.
whole lot of better.
Right.
Hey, listen,
This would be
the
your
5
second
seed,
Big
bro.
Ten loss.
Yeah.
Hey, we done talked about the 5 seed, bro. Whoever in that 5 seed might get a sweet spot to run into the national championship.
So if y'all lose today, that'll put y'all
Yeah,
about
for
an 8
sure.
or 9 seed.
We ain't gonna lose, but no, it ain't.
Bruh, it ain't gonna be no 3-team Big Ten.
Bro, yes it is, bro. What?
It ain't gonna be no 3-team Big Ten.
It's 3 in the Big Ten and 3 in the SEC. This is how we done shape the sport, bro.
So you think
This is how
they're
we
gonna let
shape the
3
sport.
Big Ten teams in and 3 SEC teams
This
in?
is exactly how we shape the sport, bro. 2 power conferences. This is how we shape the sport.
We're going to say that for another show. We got that coming up for y'all. We like that content better.
All right, bet it.
All right, let's go to the next one. This is the same matchup we had last week, and I think Georgia pulled it out, and I think Georgia will pull it out again. We got number 7 Texas versus number 2 Georgia. What's your thoughts on this one?
Number 7
ahead,
Texas. Hey, let me see. Dude ain't Texas. You are still hurt, man. He think he gonna lose the spot. That dude's still hurt, man. Something ain't right.
He's still hurt.
Yeah, something ain't right. He scared of Manny coming in there for a couple times. But right now, Georgia, I got them with their defense, Kirby Smart's defense. I got them beat Texas.
This is actually the first time that I have Texas actually losing in the playoff up until this point. And the only reason is because of just what you said, the injury. I've been watching him since he came back from injury, even after the change up with Arch coming in and then performing the next week, being a lone starter with no Arch coming in at all. He's still hurt. I want to watch and see how he plays today to see how the rest of the season go. I got Georgia winning this one and just a slight, by maybe a field goal, maybe 7 points in this one, just with the injuries right now in the Texas. If Texas show any sign of getting healthy fast, I'm putting Texas right back up with no losses. But I got Georgia in this one.
Man, listen, man. I know what the first game looked like. I just think Texas will clean up a lot of the mistakes they made in the first game. I do not think this is the SEC championship, so I think this will be a second meeting. I don't think it'll be a third. If it was a third meeting, it would be way different. But I am not a fan of Carson Beck. He is not who we say he is. You know what I mean? So I still feel like he's going to turn the ball over. And I think this time Texas will be able to capitalize off of it. And whichever quarterback, I think Texas is another team too that possibly got a quarterback switch by this time of the year on their belt too. Because there's no way you're going to be able to see Quinn Ewers continue to look how he's been looking and not make a switch. And really, Arch Manning bring a different dynamic to their team anyway. So why not throw him in maybe against who y'all played 2 weeks? I think it's Arkansas. Why not throw him in then and just go ahead and give him some game reps? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
We don't expect him to go in against Arkansas and y'all lose that game. And at least y'all have him ready by the last game against Texas A&M. If he getting them reps for a couple weeks, and you know what I mean, he can show what he can do. But nah, bro, Georgia, bro, listen, I like the defense been playing better, but I'm a person that believe that, like, bro, when somebody show you who they are, then that's what you roll with, bro. Georgia, yeah, they had a good couple weeks, but bro, they already showed us who they are, bro. They're not the same Georgia that we've been accustomed to over the last decade or last 5 years or so. You know what I mean? So I don't think it's no unbeatable team, bro. I think we talk
No, I
about
agree.
Georgia way too highly.
Yeah.
Who you saying, Moss?
Yeah,
No, I agree. No team is unbeatable. Just depends on where you at.
yeah. Just like last week, I picked Georgia to win this game last week simply because I felt like it would be the third meeting that they would have, and Kirby Smart would be able to figure some things out defensively. Because I believe Texas and Georgia are going to meet in the SEC championship game, and Texas is going to get them there.
Yeah.
But I agree with you on Carson Beck. Carson Beck he's not going to have a good game against Texas. They're going to have to run the football. It's going to be a very, very close game if they were to meet for a third time. Even if they were to meet for a second time, I believe it's going to be a close game. And I agree with you, Paul. Quinn Ewers is still hurt. He even said as much after the press conference. I mean, during the press conference after their game against Vanderbilt, he said that he was still trying to not take any hits because he was still injured. But by the time we play we play Florida. We got to bye this week. We play Florida the week after. And I think he's going to be 100% healthy at that point, and you're going to see a different Quinn Ewers than what you've seen. But under no circumstance, unless Quinn Ewers gets hurt, you are not going to see Arch Manning play in any of these games, bro. Unless we're blowing somebody out or Quinn Ewers gets hurt. They're not bringing Arch Manning into no games, man. It's not happening.
Hey, that first
They're
game,
trying to get
that game y'all played, bro, it was one of the weirdest games I ever seen for real. Like, just from like a turnover, just from like a turnover standpoint, like, and for Texas to only get 15 points in that game, it was crazy, bro, because they turned the ball over on their side of the field twice in the first quarter. I was like, bro, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
me and my brother, we were watching the game together. We looked up. He was like, bro, how? Like, it was just crazy, bro. It was mind-boggling. Like, I don't know. They just couldn't get nothing going.
Right. Yeah, but I would pick Georgia in this game as well. Next up, we got number 9 Notre Dame versus number 1 Oregon. What's your thoughts on that one?
Ooh, that's like a thriller, man, because they've played each other many times, and I think it'll be a good game. But in this one, I just think the Ducks is too fast. That receiving core is just a tad bit too much for that secondary. That receiving core in Oregon looked like an NFL receiving group. Like they receiving room is crazy. And then when you got Dylan Gabriel making moves outside of the pocket, and I think that defense, the way they step up and play man up on corners, I think that's an advantage for that Oregon defense. As we've seen at times in Ohio State games, they actually had an advantage going single man coverage on them in the corners. So I'm gonna go with Oregon in this one.
I only see the top teams in the Big Ten losing to SEC opponents, and just by that theory alone, Notre Dame will get buzzsawed.
I believe that. Go ahead, Paul.
Well, I don't think it'd be really a game because actually Notre Dame really look like if you really look like it, they look like a old school Big Ten team that's in the spread formation because they run the ball. They run the ball. They do the eye. They do everything. They do everything a Big Ten team do.
Yeah.
But what their defense don't do, we see their defense play wide outs like Oregon
Right.
and being fast on that field like Oregon. So I will pick Oregon, and then I don't think it'd be close actually.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think it would be close either. Even though Notre Dame has a good defense, they got a good defense against teams that don't have no real good quarterback and don't got the weapons that Oregon has. Oregon can run, Oregon can throw, and their quarterback can run. So I think they will give Notre Dame some fits. And Notre Dame's offense, like Paul said, it's like an old school Big Ten offense where you run, and then you think and dump a couple passes here and there to your tight ends.
Yeah.
I think that's what they would do, and they wouldn't be successful against Oregon speed. So I'm picking Oregon in that game as well. Next up, we got number 6 Ohio State or number 3 Miami versus number 2 Georgia. Do we think either one of these teams could beat Georgia? What's your thoughts?
Parlay Poe, what's the question?
Man.
What's the biggest question
It
about
think, man,
this
I
Georgia
told you-
team? If we gonna see that Georgia team that
It's-
played
it's
against Texas.
Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde with Georgia. You don't know what you're getting. Like everybody saying, Carson Peck. Georgia always have that same looking quarterback, man. He looked like he the same looking quarterback, but he just don't throw downfield like the other quarterbacks do. You know what I mean? Because they relied on their receivers downfield. He just used to throw that thing up, the last quarterback, and them receivers run under it. But we don't know what Georgia we getting, and they don't got that stout defense. They got a defense, but they don't got the defense like when all their linemen, what was it, like a year ago, 2 years ago, when all their linemen could have been first round picks. You know what I mean? Like they don't have that defense. But
you talking about that Jordan Davis line?
yeah, man, that whole line could have been first round. Yeah. So I don't know what Georgia you getting, man. So I don't know what to say about that one. If you getting that one Georgia to play against y'all, but that was freak, like them 2 turnovers, whatever. But if you get that Georgia where their cornerbacks look good because their D line is balling out, it's a different Georgia team. So I don't know what to say about that one.
Hey man, listen. Until Carson Beck showed me otherwise.
Yeah, true story.
Bro, he gonna turn the ball over in the biggest games, bro. He is, bro. Because when you play the bigger games, a team not just gonna let you run all over him. And he gonna have to throw that thing down the field, bro. And he gonna turn that thing over. I'm telling you. It happened against Alabama. It happened against Texas, bro. He gonna turn the ball over, bro. When it get late in the year, that stuff ain't gonna fly, bro. It's not gonna fly, bro. He had 3 turnovers. He had 3 interceptions in the Bama game. He had 3 interceptions against Texas. Bro, this is the 2 biggest games that y'all had thus far.
Yeah.
You got 6 turnovers. Bro, it's not gonna fly, bro. He gotta show me otherwise. Y'all got some big games. They got some big games coming up. He gonna have to show me otherwise, bro. Until then, I do not have faith in him because you cannot win with your quarterback turning the ball over.
This is what you do. You just watch that Florida Georgia the game. If he can't pass the ball in certain ways today against his Florida team, this is going to be the content we come right back to. That's going to be a question the rest of the season. Is it going to be that Georgia that played against Texas in the first half? Because the second half, we seen Carson Beck that we think. Or is you going to see that Georgia first half all over for the rest of the season? So it's just a question to be answered. And is Ohio State going to show that blitz Is Miami going to step up on defense? So, man, that's a tough question. I'm gonna say
They gonna run the ball down Florida's throat today.
Boss, I don't think we
Yeah.
get our answer this week, though. I think we get our answer over the next few weeks when they go see Ole Miss and Tennessee. I think that's when we see our answer.
Ole Miss and Tennessee.
Yeah.
Oh, they play. I didn't know they played Tennessee. I don't know if they played Tennessee. I know they play Ole Miss. But I
They
don't know
play
if
Tennessee in 3 weeks.
Yep, they played them. Yep.
Oh, okay. Woo.
That's
okay.
that's why I got Texas A&M and Texas in the SEC championship, because I feel like they're gonna drop one of them games.
I mean, they definitely can. All three of these teams got a bunch of inconsistencies, though, man. You don't know what you're gonna get from Ohio State. You don't know what you're gonna get from Miami. You don't know what you're gonna get from Georgia.
Neither one of them, not neither team.
So I don't know, man. It's really a toss up with all of them because they all got certain issues here and there that they're trying to work out and trying to fix right now. And you really don't know. I think all of them will be some decent games, though. It'll come down to that fourth quarter who can muster up a play or two. But I don't know, man. I really can't pick anybody in that one. Let's look at the next one now. We got number 5 Penn State versus number 1 Oregon. What's your thoughts on that one?
Same thing.
Penn State get Oregon?
It's Penn State's.
Right.
It's Penn State's quarterback. All right. Is he playing today?
Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah, he's playing today.
Yeah, he's playing. I think he's playing today.
He's playing today.
He's terrible though.
He's playing today.
I know, man. Everybody like him. I don't like dude.
I gotta see more of him today. For real. I gotta see more of him today. I seen some of him.
Yeah.
He had a good game against USC, but as we see, that's USC right now. And we got to see a performance out of him definitely today.
He herky jerky, man. He played USC without USC's best player,
right?
Best defensive player. He herky jerky to me. I think if Ohio State can pressure him, constantly pressure, not just on third downs. I mean, get at him. I mean, like when they try to do that first down passing. If they can hit him on downs like that, he gonna get shell shot. It get ugly for Penn State if they can do that. Because they ain't gonna be able to run the ball on Penn State. I mean, I don't think they can run the ball on Ohio State though. So I think Penn State's defense gonna try to beat Ohio State's offense for real. Yeah. You know. You see where I'm at? I'm about to go in here and give me a parlay on. You see where I'm at? Look.
Oh yeah, he ain't playing with it.
Yeah. I'm trying to go ahead with some money real quick on these early games.
Yeah, I agree with it. Oregon in a mauling. Oregon just a different. I don't know. When you play Ohio State and you do what you did, and I don't even think they went in the playbook too heavy. You just a different team, and you know we think about what Ohio State is. Nothing against them, but that's a good team on both sides of the ball. That Oregon, I think the score looked different than what Oregon showed in that game. A 1-point win was more than 1 point to me. Just my opinion.
I want to see Oregon's coaches really coach, man.
Yeah,
I want to see them really coach because they only really had to coach on that Ohio State game, but it was just a coverage just busted, and Burke just got burnt. You know what I mean? Like, but they ain't do no superiorly coaching. You know what I mean? Like,
man, if this the matchup in the playoff, bro, Penn State gonna win. This is a different type of Penn State team, bro. Like different type of Big Ten team, bro. Like I said earlier, I think this Penn State team is gonna be a different team when it comes to the end of the year because I think they're gonna have to make a quarterback switch. If they make that quarterback switch, I think they keep that offense off the field. So,
bro, they're not taking dude out right now.
Not
Yeah.
this ain't right now. This is the end of the year. This is 6 weeks from now.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? This is not now. The team still got time to get better, to figure more things out. I don't think nobody is going to be what they would look like at the end of the year, what they look like right now, because
But you know,
got bowl practice and all that. Dudes got time to get way better than what they are now.
you're right. But for them
So
to
you
do
gotta-
that, they gotta lose like 3 games though. They gotta lose like they ain't gonna take him out if they just lose to Ohio State today.
I think
Isn't it?
no, I think you take him out if he
Yep.
don't look
Yep.
good. It ain't losing if he don't look good. You take him out.
Man, if they win and he don't look good, they ain't taking nobody out. College and pro, 2 different things. They
Man,
is not gonna do that.
hey, listen, you sound crazy because Texas
But
A&M gonna do it. Texas might do it. I know what you said, Big Rob. Hey, man, listen, I'm telling you, bro, they will do it in college,
what?
bro. They ain't
Well,
gonna
tell
do
me
it in
this
the
then.
pros.
What?
They'll do it in college, though.
Tell me what major college took a quarterback out because he wasn't look good, or except for Michigan, and or he didn't get hurt. Them
I
dudes
mean, we
don't do
ain't
that,
seen it
man.
yet this year.
They let them play, bro.
We ain't seen it yet this year. But
Huh?
you talking about they letting them play? We only 7 games in. There's still 5 more games left.
Yeah. If you undefeated, you ain't taking nobody out, man. That's common sense.
You ain't
Yeah.
they ain't gonna be undefeated no more. They gonna lose.
That's why I
today.
said they got to lose like 2 or 3 in a row. They ain't gonna
They
take
gonna
him out
lose
just
today.
because they lose Ohio State.
They gonna lose today, Poe. So you better go ahead and put your money on it.
Nah, I stay away from y'all games. Y'all never cover or nothing. Y'all,
Hey, I'm telling you, hey, you heard it here first, Poe.
Matter of fact, I'm about to put 100 on Penn State.
Oh, you tripping? You just smoked
Yeah.
$100.
I'm about to go in here, y'all. I'll see y'all. I'm out of here. Go Blue.
For sure. Appreciate
Yeah.
you jumping in,
All right.
Parlay.
Yeah.